Welcome to the Manosphere Paradigm, the channel where we learn to level up in health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. I'd like you to hit the like button, the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell so that you can be informed of content as I drop it on this channel on a weekly basis. Control your tongue and you control your life. It's something that I've learned, or at least over the years I've learned to tone down what comes out of this small muscle, and how it at times got me into trouble and at times also got me out of trouble. So it's a topic that I want to discuss today, so let's go. So I want to start with the most obvious things, which is to think before you talk. Think before you say something. A lot of times in the heat of a moment where our emotions get hold of us, we tend to say something and regret saying it, where the damage has already been done. So one of the things that we need to, as men, need to make sure that we constantly work on is to maintain our frame, and to make sure that we, before we say anything, that we think about it, because when we have said it, it's not easy to obviously undo what has been done, because the damage has already been done. So that is one of the most important things. It's not easy, and it's definitely not easy. We tend to want to hit back if someone attacks us, but a lot of times the best way to go about it is to make sure that you just calm down, maintain your frame, and to think about what you're going to say, how are you going to respond. And also one of the big things is not to constantly listen to respond, but listen to comprehend and to understand what the other person is trying to say, analyze it, and then from there come back with a response. Or if it's something that you are thinking about and you want to say, or you want to put out in social media, the same way I'm doing in YouTube, thinking about what you're going to do, preparing and writing sometimes down what you're going to say, clarify some things for you to be able to realize, you know what, it might be construed in taken on in a different light or in the wrong way. So the way you say something, that comes into play as well. So thinking about something before you're going to say it and before you're going to put it out there is a very important thing that you definitely need to work on. If you take it back to our daily lives and the world that we find ourselves in today, we find ourselves in a world where a lot of social constructs are being created to accommodate women, and men is at times being looked at as being the ones that is benefiting so much, and getting has been benefiting all these years, and women just needs to catch up. My thinking about it is, it's fine. Men have always learned to adapt to what the marketplace is about, how the world treats us, and we've learned to adapt and survive. So for one of the things when it comes to emotions, a lot of times people tell you to you need to be emotional, or you need to show emotions. If you're not show emotions, you're not a real man, and you're suppressing it, and you're trying to be macho, blah 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 blah. But as a man, and the way I've been brought up, and I've also learned the things that I need to adapt to, is to not constantly be emotional, because being constantly emotional, especially in front of your woman, she's going to be compassionate for a while, but after a while, if you continue to do that in front of her and not hold your own and be a strong rock for her, you're going to be looked at as a man that's weak and a man that's not in control of his emotions. That is something that I have seen when it comes to my own life, and over the years I've learned and identified it, and I've been aware of it, and I try to figure it out and understand and put context to it. And one of the things that I've encountered, and it's the philosophy the philosophy of Stoicism, and to become more stoic and to approach life in a more stoic way. So what is Stoicism? And I actually just want to read at you, where Stoicism is a school of philosophy that hails from ancient Greece and Rome in the early parts of the 3rd century, before Christ. It is a philosophy of life that maximizes positive emotions, reduces negative emotions, and helps individuals to hone their virtues of character. Stoicism teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means of overcoming destructive emotions. The philosophy holds that becoming a clear and unbiased thinker allows one to understand the universal reasons. Another explanation also, Stoicism, the endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feelings and without complaint. That is pretty much how we as men have always been or have always dealt with things and gotten through things, to suck it up, get through it, overcome it. Sometimes, yes, we feel that we are overwhelmed. We do get emotional. We are not robots, we are men. And we've learned to moderate and let out and have certain outlets. That's why I always say your emotional and your emotional well-being, mental health is something that you need to look at. If you have an issue, if there's something that you're dealing with, anger, or you're frustrated with certain things in your life and you're bottling it up, find an outlet. If you don't have an outlet that you can get through things, go to see a professional to deal with it. Your life is in your hands. So I always say, find an outlet, get a hobby, get something that you're passionate about so you can pour yourself into it and you can focus on that and build something, because that is ultimately where we as men find our satisfaction from, and where we feel content in where we build, like I've said before. So Stoicism is a mindset of basically not showing emotion when someone is hitting you with attacks, giving you ad hominem attacks where you are just being bombarded and your natural instinct is to jump back and to defend yourself. No. You maintain your frame, you calm down, you understand what they're trying to say. You kind of understand also, reading by their body language, as to what exactly they really, how they really feel about you, and you basically interpret, analyze, and respond accordingly. That is, and the one part that Stoicism has explained is the fact that it's about self-control. And a lot of times in this day and age that we find ourselves today, it's about doing what you want, enjoying the freedoms that you want, and there is no consequence. No. In life, for each and every freedom that we enjoy, there's a responsibility that comes along with it. So if we want to do what we want to do, we also need to understand if there is certain negative results or negative outcomes because of it, we cannot complain. So as a man, for me, being stoic and adopting a stoic mindset and adopting stoicism, not being completely carefree in having this mindset, I don't give a damn about anything, yes, to a certain extent, but not to the point where you just don't give a damn and you're not moved, it is what it is, and you just don't care about anything. That is to the far extreme. We can't care about what others have to say, but we also need to be well balanced enough to be able to take criticism and be able to respond. And like I said in this video, I'm trying to basically come across and explain to you that not to just jump into things and just to hit people back and trying to defend yourself. Try to understand, maintain your frame, and respond accordingly. This muscle in your mouth, like I said, it's so powerful, it will get you into trouble. Times for me as a 5'7", I am 1.689 tall, short, whatever way you want to look at it. I've always had to use this muscle to get me out of trouble, but if push comes to shove and I had to back it up, it is what it is. So all I want to say is this thing that we call our tongue, it is something that's extremely powerful, and it can drive us into the direction where we completely look down on ourselves. Oh, I can't do this, I can never do this, and I'm a failure. Or, you know what, I suck at this, and I know I suck at this. Let me push myself and try to get better, and constantly motivate and push myself to overcome and to accomplish more. That is ultimately what we're trying to do. And as you've seen over in my videos are pretty consistent, the manosphere is about improving ourselves, and at this channel, the manosphere paradigm is about making sure that we identify the things that we suck at and basically put a plan together and consciously go at these things to better ourselves and better as a whole, to get to the levels of success that we want ourselves, we want to excel in, and to get to the goals and achieve the success that we want, basically. So if anything, there's 3 things that I want you to take away from this video. Is that control this thing and make sure that you always make sure that you do not get yourself into situations where you have to backtrack, because once you have to start backtracking, it's already too late and you're already too deep. So make sure you control this thing. It's difficult. I struggle with it, but I am encouraging you guys and encouraging myself as well to make sure that we always are measured in our responses and the way we talk to others as well as ourselves. So control your tongue. And the second thing that I want you to remember is use the vehicle or the philosophy of Stoicism and become more stoic in how you approach things and how you respond to things and how you basically analyze things. It's not the end all and be all in the way that you can conduct yourself. I'm just using it as a tool, one of the tools in our arsenal that we can use to become better, to become more measured in our responses. And that's coming to the third point, that is to maintaining our frames. We're using that vehicle to maintain our frame, as when it comes to in front of our family, when it comes to in front of our partner, when it comes to our woman. We need to constantly maintain our frame, not to the point of being, standing like a mute and I'm maintaining my frame. No, it's a matter of being measured in your responses, knowing and being self-aware of what's happening at the moment, in the moment, and being able to course correct and to respond accordingly, and also to understand when to respond and when not to respond. So those are the 3 things I wanted to take away from this video. At this manosphere paradigm, we're constantly trying to push ourselves. I'm constantly giving you the knowledge, the things that I've learned over the last 40 years of my life, and I want to pour that into you so that your learning curve can be much shorter and you basically can achieve a lot of things in your life as you in your 20s, as you in your 30s, wherever you find yourself, to use some of these pointers that I'm giving you to better you if you're not aware of it, and to pass it on to others. Take the video, share the link, like the video, comment down below on the things that you have, the insights that you've gained from this video, and let me know what you think. So that was another video from the Manosphere Paradigm. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.